Got you.
Yeah.
R&B Grammy. Free my brother. It's free to his backwards.
Look. Well, welcome to another edition of RSG1 Mike. Man, this Midwest weather has been killing me. We had 68 degrees and dropped to 20. Trying to go back up, so you might hear it in my voice. But I'm playing hurt. That's okay. That's how we get down. We gonna keep it going. But let me bring my boys in. What's up? What's up? What's up, Hammer? How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, man. I mean, weather didn't bother me that much, So but yeah, I understand. I mean, what a 50 degree drop was crazy. So,
Man,
but no, I'm doing well, man. Doing well. Looking forward to the hockey game with you tomorrow, and then yeah, the Badgers on Saturday. Yeah, yes, I've been hockey game in probably 5 years, man. So
yeah, yeah, we
great.
got
Michigan State
we,
too. Michigan State.
yeah, we got a
Yeah,
big time matchup for hockey, and then Illini, who's highly ranked, coming to town and against the
yeah,
Badgers. So we're gonna have a
yeah.
lot of sports over the next 24, 48 hours. So that'll be good. Kind of going.
Yes, sir.
My man Darnell, how you doing, man?
Man, it was even hotter here. It was 73. It was 73, and the next day it was 23.
Yeah.
And man, it caught me by surprise because I woke up that one day and went to work. I thought I didn't need a coat because it was like 60 something degrees. I was like, what is this? Well, I had the air conditioner on the car and everything. I came out for my lunch break and it was below freezing. I was like, man, they tricked me.
I know.
But yeah, I'm doing all right.
Mother Nature's not playing around. Well, we got a good show. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna mix in between a little bit of basketball, but we'll spend time. A lot of combine happening in Indianapolis, the underwear Olympics. Folks are down there, but there's some really been some interesting things here in day one of the combines with the linebackers and the D line, and just talking a little bit about what does a combine mean now. It started out really what back in the '70s and all this stuff where it really Cowboys had been ahead of everybody in terms of evaluation and getting some of the stuff started, and it's kind of evolved, and now it's taking a turn. So interesting to talk a little bit about that, but we're gonna kick it off a little bit, with some basketball talk. I was listening. I'm looking at this season. We're past the All Star break. We're moving into that final flow of the season, and them youngins over there, OKC and Minnesota, still holding up. And I just wanted to get a sense. Do you know? Are these two teams? Do y'all feel like these two teams are really ready to make a run? This year, in the playoffs. They've been holding it down. They've been going. They've been making it happen in the regular season. But do you believe in one of these teams making it to the finals? Do you believe in it, or do you think they got another year or two, or is it Denver just resting and they're gonna wake up? You know, these are two junkyard dogs on these squads. But I want to talk a little bit. Darnell, I'll open it up with you. Like, is this for real that what we're seeing with these two teams, and do you think it's gonna hold when it gets to the playoffs?
No, it's definitely for real. It's just well, the other question you asked.
Yep.
Do I see either one of them making the finals? And that's a resounding no.
Mm.
Um, Denver, I see Denver as a well-oiled machine. They're a little thin right now. If they have, but barring them, but barring health, I see them making it back to the finals. Jokic is doing his thing. He's at his peak right now, and he has a great supporting cast around him. They got some long defenders, especially with Peyton Watson coming into his own. Same thing with Christian Brown. We all they've been had Aaron Gordon, but yeah, they have a lot of long defenders. Jamal Murray, when playoffs come around, you know what he's gonna do. So I think Denver is my finals team. But hey, I think I believe in Minnesota a little more than Oklahoma City at this point, just from a standpoint of where their defense is at. They're they have Rudy Gobert who's getting ready to win his fourth defensive player of the year already almost. Is it three or four? It's something like that. But
I think three, bro.
he has three now. He's about to be four.
Oh, okay. Well, then four then.
Yeah,
Okay.
but Yeah, so their defense is great. Anthony Edwards is a great star. But my only apprehension, the difference between them and Oklahoma City is that the size. Because with Oklahoma City, I love Chet Holmgren. I call him Little Ticket off of as an ode to Kevin Garnett. But him at your five right now, he's a little thin. You know, especially going against the Nikola Jokic's of the world. I think he's going to struggle in the playoffs. But hey, what do I know?
Well, I know. Your thought, Carl, about this? I mean, they're. I mean, we're well within the season. These cats is holding strong. Both these teams.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter to the playoffs. So I mean, Darnell broke it down. Holmgren guy gained 30 pounds of muscle. I don't know if he can hold it, but he's just not going to be able to handle. He's a very skilled player. It's nice. He's basically his rookie year, not basically his rookie year as far as the award goes. But he's just too slight, man. I just don't see him doing a rough and tumble of a playoff series. It's different ball. You know that it's different ball in the playoffs compared to regular season. So they got some nice people, SGA, and and they got Hayward was a nice pickup at the deadline for them. Good, solid veteran to help youngins. But Wes Gordon won. He ain't won nothing. I just think again, give them 1 or 2 years, but they're progressing very well, very well. And then you look at
They got Dort and Shea Gildress is giving people buckets. Like
yeah,
he
he's
is
giving
like
the ball. I mean, I'm not.
he giving everybody problems.
Yeah,
He not just backing down. I mean,
no, he's a legit six
he's
six, and
legit.
he's a phenomenal scorer. I mean, no, it just again a tremendous play. They demand him in the deal, and you see why. They demanded the Clippers trade him in the Paul George deal, and you see why. I mean, he's a baller, Mr. Canada. He can bring it. So yeah. But I just think right now they still need some more veterans. They should have gotten some more help at the deadline than Gaylord and Hayward. And I think they need to fortify their bench next year. I think they're on the right trajectory. But this year, no, I see Denver, even Phoenix coming out, or the Clips possibly, but not them. Especially, I saw Minnesota get to Minnesota. They let down against the Bucks. The Bucks were struggling then, and so I just didn't see any dog in them. Cat shooting threes and trying to be Mr. High Post. He's getting in the box and rumble, and he's not doing that. So I just think again, I like Conley's was a nice pickup for them. Obviously, Edwards, Ant can ball. Gobert, like Darnell said, phenomenal defensive player. So I got him. I like the deal beforehand, but I just think also the defense just. I thought Cat would get better to defense, but I haven't seen that. Where he just doesn't seem he has stepped up his A game defensively. He stepped up his game offensively, but not defensively. So again, like I said, they're doing well. Finch is coaching them well, but the bottom line is I think that they will be outside looking in when the real thing happens, the playoffs happen.
In the East, it looks like MB is going to return, and I almost feel like maybe Philadelphia needs to just sit him. Do you bring him back? Do you just try to play out? I know every season you got to just do as much as you can, but as I look at this, I'm like, you know, what's the benefit of it if you don't think you're gonna make a
No
run?
benefit. With the injury history, no benefit.
Yeah,
He shut
yeah,
Embiid down. I know Embiid wants to come back. I've heard he wants to come back, and even you're not hearing this tanking mess. But I would tank if I were Philly and get a better draft pick. You're not winning this year, and you bring Embiid back too soon with his injury history. You know what's going to happen. He's going to get hurt again. He's always hurt. He's a great player, but he's always hurt. And so I think Philly, Nick Nurse has done a nice thing with they let Harden go, and Maxi's really stepped up his game. Tobias still is very good. He ain't great. And Embiid's phenomenal when he plays. That's the big caveat, when he plays.
yeah.
And so I would just think that you bring him back, he gets an injury, and what you got? You got him in the next season hurt, and you're worse off. It makes no sense. So shut him down, like P, shut him down, and and move on to something else as far as it goes. Yeah, so that's what I would say.
Where are you on this, Darnell, in terms of Embiid and Philly? If you're Philly, where are you at?
Well, part of it is the whole damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yeah,
Because with Embiid, he's hurt every year. So at the end of the day, or do you want to save him for next year where he might inevitably get hurt again, or do you want to bring him back when you have a chance to, do something in the playoffs? But if I was them, I would probably shut him down and just bring him back next year. But I can see the other side of that too. We have him right now in the prime of his career, playing the best basketball he's ever had in his career. The team has been playing well around him when he's on the court. Um, Milwaukee, they're in transition with their coaching. They don't know exactly what they're doing. There's some teams in transition there. The Celtics
They
look.
better not be in transition. Come on, Milwaukee's in transition. They better not be in transition after they fired 2 coaches. They better be championship bound. Come on, transition, bro. All due respect,
right now.
they better be champion. They're balling right now. They won 4 in a row.
Yeah, they are. They are balling, but you know what it is. How it is with when you bring these superstar pairings, they don't usually win the first year.
Well, especially when one doesn't play defense. Yeah, you're not gonna win. Like I told you when this trade happened, I told you this trade was fool's gold. I told you that from the get go. Everybody was jumping up and down. Vegas was trying to print money. I told I told y'all this would not work. And we get a local media here. Dame is bored, according to the insiders. That's dangerous. You bored Milwaukee? That's dangerous, man. That's dangerous, bro.
Well,
they get him unboard.
Well,
my brother gets in trouble.
Well, I mean, I think your point about there's a window where you got some, you still have Boston, even though they got a lot of players, they still have to prove it, right? So you got them figuring out how to prove it. You got Milwaukee and whatever it is, transition or not. There is a window this year that people might re-up in the offseason that you might not have. And then you got New York coming on, so it's interesting to see what they do.
Hurt though right now, bro. New York's hurt. They gotta get healthy. You talk about
but that's the point. Stuff. That's the point. We're seeing teams that might be better next year than they are now this year, and the idea of striking when the iron is hot.
When the iron's hot, in a short run, it's something to do. So we'll be paying attention to that. So I'm laying down, man, watching game last night, and I'm like, man, LA taking it. Lakers in the final matchup against the Clippers. Clippers taking them behind the woodshed. Doze off for like a couple minutes, wake up, score is cut in half. LeBron is going off. Man, he did his thing last night. I mean, he went retro. It was an incredible performance by him, but it was equally concerning when I look at, because you just talked about the Clippers. I mean, it was like Kawhi went into the witness protection program down the stretch in a little bit. I don't know if you had a chance to watch that game, that performance.
I saw clips of it. I mean, again, y'all love to get excited about these regular season games with LeBron after he's had 20 games of rest during the year. My man, the real GOAT, didn't take off no 20 games and balled every time. But yeah,
hold on.
I give LeBron credit. LeBron balled
I'll let you go in a minute, but we got to be fair. He hasn't had 20 games of rest. I mean, this guy's and he's playing at a level. This guy is what 40 or whatever it is, playing at this level. MJ wasn't playing at this level. MJ wasn't playing at this level, even close to this.
All the time he took off.
MJ had the Elvis walk looking with the Wizards. This guy is still easily performing like he a top 8, top 9 player. Like, I mean, let's just be real with it. Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure we put this in the right context. Go ahead.
Again, I'm not saying LeBron is the second best player of all time. I've told you that. I would have no credibility if I didn't say that. But as far I'm tired of hearing about LeBron and all these regular season games, and I want to hear about the 6 losses in the finals. That's what I hear about. I want to hear about how, again, you look at it, he's taken off. He's played 65 games. 65.
I'm just gonna say Booby. Michael never had to have work with Booby. I don't want to hear that. True. And I watched Michael when he wasn't winning.
Craig Hodges.
I watched Michael when he got bounced 6 straight years. Let's tell it. We're gonna tell the story. Tell the whole story. I watched Michael when he got bounced 6 straight years.
Not when it mattered in the finals.
Let's tell the whole story.
Not when it mattered. Not when it mattered.
In the 80s, he got bounced. He didn't win in the 80s. He didn't win his first.
He won
He
when
didn't
it
win.
mattered,
He didn't win
bro.
his first
He
6.
won when it
Come
mattered. He
on,
didn't take
it don't
L's
matter.
like
But
LeBron
if we're
did.
gonna tell the story, if we're gonna tell the
You got to
story
tell the
about
story.
failure, tell the
3
story
and 6
about
versus
failure.
6-0. That's the story. 3 and
That's
6
the
versus
story
6-0.
about
That's the
failure. Is
story.
he failed. He failed until Pippen and them
Y'all just
started playing.
haters because y'all from Detroit. You know, again, I had
No,
nothing
but
but
it's
respect for Detroit.
true. It's true. It's
Nah, it ain't
true.
true.
Did he or
Again,
did
y'all
he
haters.
not lose his first 6 seasons? Did he or
He
did he not?
did until we got
He
Bill
did.
Cartwright, and
He
then
did.
we balled
He
out. We
did.
balled out.
So
We balled out.
I
He
don't
that
act like
interior
he came out the
presence.
gate winning.
Like y'all need to trade Mark McGuire in order to win that title and bring AD.
No,
I remember
y'all
that
need to
quite
change the
well.
rules.
Darnell knows it too.
Y'all
They
need to
brought
send
AD
Rick
in from
Mahorn to
day one.
Minnesota. You need to send Rick Mahorn to Minnesota, working behind the scenes. But
That's that.
I'm talking about the game. Let's talk about the game. We
Yeah,
gonna.
LeBron,
It's a hell of a
LeBron
game.
was
You can't do it.
amazing. LeBron was amazing last night. LeBron was amazing last night. You're right. Kawhi Leonard has been in the witness protection program as far as down the stretch since he won that chip in Toronto. He's been hurt and he's been non-existent in the big parts of the games. Yeah, it's been disappointing. And Tyrone Lue's type of person is going to get into your face. So he's a great coach. So again, if he can't motivate him, I don't know who's going to be able to motivate Brother Kawhi.
I mean,
And he got
they
his
were
money.
cooking
And he
on
got
all
his money
cylinders.
too. And Kawhi got his money too. And he's still in the witness protection program.
Yeah, Darnell, I don't know if you had a chance to watch the game last night a little bit, but I mean, it was a to be at that age, performing like that. I don't know if you had a chance to watch it, but man, I had to the point they made Stephen A. Smith apologize like he was uh
Yeah, I
he had to
saw
come out.
that.
Stephen A.
I
had to come
saw
out and
that.
apologize. And Perk, the funniest thing about it last night,
Yeah.
Darnell, at halftime, Perk was talking cash junk about there's levels to this. I don't know if y'all saw what I had to go at him on
I
Twitter.
saw it too. Yeah, he was
I had to go at him on
getting
Twitter.
in.
He came like a level to it. It's almost like somebody slipped a note to LeBron, let him know that Perk was talking junk, and he
Probably
just
did.
went off.
Probably saw it. What happened? Yeah.
No, I didn't watch the game. I just saw some highlights. But
It,
yeah, it's still King James.
King James, man, and the thing about them is the key is going to be cats like Rui and D'Lo. Those guys have to find a way to perform for them. But there's too many points they got to overcome when they talk about these other. But the way playoff series go, playoff series is a little bit different. You got the timeouts, how you manage games,
How about
games
matchups too? I
between.
mean,
Like a
bad
playoff
matchups can
series
take
is
you out.
different than
Yeah,
than,
bad
than
matchups take you out too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just gotta hope Minnesota beats Denver.
Yep.
Yeah.
They gotta hope Denver somehow some way Denver is out the way.
Yeah.
That's
Denver's out the way because their lack of depth is the biggest problem with Denver. I know why. I mean, they went these youngins now. Like you start Braun and Watson, but losing Green and not paying Brown was a major mistake as far as I'm concerned. So, but yeah.
But the reason why I want to kind of highlight that is one of the things is we got to appreciate it while we got it. I mean, the fact that he's playing like this, we got to
It's
appreciate
fine
Steph.
wine. Ain't no question. LeBron is fine wine. I mean, I would not have credibility, but I'm still. So I mean,
I don't
I'm
want to
cool
hear nothing
about.
about MJ. Leave it alone. We ain't
Yeah,
got time to
I
talk
will.
about it.
This is an
Leave
MJ free
MJ
zone.
alone.
I won't talk about MJ the rest of the program.
Yeah, leave that alone.
MJ
Because
free zone. Bet
we got some stuff that we ain't gonna bring that no
people
more.
know where I
But I'm
stand on
saying
MJ.
let's
So let's not talk
appreciate.
about it anymore.
But
Yeah, I
part of it.
appreciate LeBron balled out. He balled out. I saw some highlights as
But,
well as the line. He's phenomenal as far as pass the ball. I mean, AD didn't even have a great game as far as it goes. LeBron just took the team on his back and balled out. So yeah, no
But
question. And
part
came
of it
back.
is I realized at that moment I gotta appreciate him because he ain't got too many years left. I gotta appreciate Steph because Steph ain't got that many years left. And so I'm like, okay, who gonna be the next dogs? And then I'm watching an interview with Anthony Edwards, and Anthony Edwards is basically like I'm him. Now I had a chance to watch Anthony Edwards when he was a freshman at Georgia play out in the Maui Invitational, and at first I was like, what's all the hype about? And then he had that game I think it was against Michigan State in the Maui, and he was hitting from like 40. And I was like, okay, this kid might have something. But they was basically at that point, Tom Crean, he basically had an AAU squad. Them kids were so young with Georgia, it was there. But now I see this kid playing right now. He gonna definitely be the future. You
Hey,
got
what
Wemby,
what are we
huh?
talking about? We know who the future is. We know who the face of the league
Yeah,
is.
it's
That is
Wembanyama all day. That's what it
Wembanyama.
is. All day.
Victor Wembanyama is going to be the face of the league.
All day. All day.
They ain't going.
All day.
Edwards ain't gonna let it go that quickly. I got a feeling.
He's gonna have to give up. It won't matter. 7-4.
Can you be the face
Fill
down in
out.
San
Fill out.
Antonio?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he's gonna get better, and they're gonna get better. They're not gonna be this
And the
bad
thing
in
is,
a couple
with
of years.
Victor, and can you be the face of Minnesota? Like Minnesota's any better? But the thing is, with Victor is Victor is not Kawhi Leonard. He's not Tim Duncan. He has a different type of personality. Victor loves the camera. If you've been paying attention, he's good with the media. He does commercials. He already has these endorsement like brand deals with different companies. I
Common
think
sense.
he's
He ran away
positioning
from Britney Spears. I really respect that brother. He ran away from Britney Spears. That brother's got
he's
sense.
positioning himself to be the face of the league.
So it ain't Luka. Ain't none of
No,
that. Y'all ain't giving Luka nothing.
Luka's a great player, but I just don't. I think Wembanyama's going to change because he's a defender, man. Luka ain't defending nobody. Well, let's keep it
You
real.
always want to bring up defense.
No, I do because there's two sides of the ball.
Well, Edwards plays both sides of the ball.
But he not Wembanyama as far as being able
But
to
he got
change
dog
the
in him.
game.
He
He
got
has
dog
dog
in
in him,
him, and he got
but he ain't
competitive. He got that
Wembanyama, man.
smile. He
He
got
ain't
that.
Wembanyama, dude. He
He
can smile
already
he wants
said they
to.
ain't better than me.
He giving up a foot. He giving up a foot to Wembanyama. Enough said. He
But
wouldn't.
he already said he ain't better than me.
Well,
I think
again,
I believe
you
him.
got. I'll give him credit. You have to believe you're the best to be the best. So I give the man credit. He came in talking about I'm second best. I have no respect for him. But we know reality though. The brother is gonna be second at best, second best as
Now,
far as the future.
the reason why I come back to Wemby because he did the sham guy, and I'm like, and then the other night he threw the ball off the glass. It wasn't a showboat. He was avoiding trying to travel because he's about to travel. He just threw it off the glass and got fouled. He got some flair to him, and Pop was at that age. He gonna let the young cat kind of do what he gonna do, but a lot of it's gonna depend on Pop not gonna always be there. So how the transition, who's gonna be taking over the coaching? There's gonna be a lot to go with Wemby. Some of these other situations are a little bit more solidified. I don't know how that Pop. I don't know who going because Pop is gonna retire soon.
Yeah,
So
but
I
Pop's
don't
the
gonna
know
give
thing
him
when
the
that.
about that is
foundation. But
people
Pop's gonna
want
give him the foundation though. That's the thing. You
to.
get the
The thing
foundation
is,
for the next coach to come in. Go ahead.
And he got
people
hope he stay healthy.
people are gonna want to play with Victor Wembanyama. He's one of those players people want to play with.
Yeah.
And
but
on
but
top
we
of
had a
that, he's
lot
been
of tall
working on his
guys like
body.
Yao Ming and they feet
He's
got
been
messed
working
up.
on the thing about Victor. He's been working on his body for a long time.
Yeah.
He's been doing a lot of the core stability. He's been strengthening his feet, his ankles, his knees. Really working on the injury prevention stuff for a long time.
Okay, we'll see. It besides Wemby, who else would you put up there?
Well, we
Luka.
talk about SGA, no doubt. I mean, SGA
SGA.
is come
You think
on.
SGA? But SGA don't seem to be like he liked the limelight. He play like it.
It
He
don't
don't seem like
matter when you putting up buckets like he doing. You're gonna be noticed, man. And so that's one thing where I think people want a cheer for underdog. I think kind of like what KC is and NFL. OKC could be something special. They put it together, especially with the international flair. I like OKC as far as he could be special. He's quiet, yeah, but he's an assassin though. I think he can bring it. So no question. I mean. So that's why I think basically you have SGA could be a star in this league because of the scoring and the volume scoring he's doing.
Darnell, you agree with that? What else? Who else would you have?
No, I was gonna say Luka. Luka
Yeah.
is my second pick. That's if they start winning, because he has a personality as well.
Yeah.
He has a different type of game.
Mhm.
He has a traditional type of, he can take the game over with scoring, and has a whole bunch of highlight plays. And I think Luca, he he has the game that translates to being the face of the league.
Yeah, it's so interesting how even we looking at the MVPs like the role of the international, like we only named one American-born player, Edwards. It's just interesting to
We're
see,
losing the game,
which
bro.
is I don't really care, huh?
We're losing the game, bro. We don't have the pride. We have that. What's that mess they got overseas that where these scrubs are playing overseas. You know what I'm talking about? What's that mess? You know what I'm talking about? The Team USA, was it like?
Oh, it's the qualifying game. It's always been like that.
It's embarrassing.
You have to qualify for the Olympics by playing.
They need to wait. They need to wait to qualify after the NBA. They need to understand. Nobody wants to see that mess.
Well, it's not. It's not on
bro.
TV, is it? It's not. They just been
Somebody's
playing.
screaming somewhere. I saw some coverage.
Yeah, but they stream anything. They stream high school games, middle school games. So, but yeah, Team USA, the team you talking about, they were led by
Jordan Bell, right?
Jordan Bell. It was Jordan Bell, Jemiah Ramsey, and Alfred Payton.
Yeah, Alfred Payton.
Those are guys who are going to be playing in the $1 million games. Whatever, you know, one where they play like for $1 million. Those
the
like,
basketball league.
That's not. Yeah, we
should, again, whatever FIBA's doing, they need to postpone it to after the NBA season and stop messing with the fans. That's the thing about why people watch international basketball. That's a bunch of mess.
But
you got Jordan Bell. That's a bunch of mess.
Isn't Grant Hill the director of all that? What kind of game?
I guess.
The game. Well, the problem is the qualifiers during the NBA season.
It shouldn't be.
Players
that's
that
the problem. That's a problem. That's a problem.
That's kind of the issue with it. And if you look back to where the women's team had to qualify, was it last year?
Yeah.
And you saw Angel Reese and all the college players. They sent the college players out to qualify because it fit the season better. You know, so that's something they have to kind of navigate with that.
Wow. Well, the games are changing. Well, hey, let's get into the NFL Combine. Man, you know, I don't know if it's Darnell's influence on me, but I even started watching the Combine today a little bit. I normally don't watch it, but man, it's some hell of athletes. I'm just gonna get it right. My goodness, there's some cats. Now I know it's the underwear Olympics, but you know some of the different drills the simulations. I'm like, some of these cats. I'm like, how big is this guy? Like the ones that get me are some of these linemen. The one lineman,
you see Tavondre Sweat.
Yeah,
that brother ran like a 5'2". They said
he's 300 what?
Basically a 4'2". You're a receiver, it's a 4'2" basically. Yeah, that brother, big brother, can go.
He got the same vertical as Imani.
I mean, if that's a cat chasing you down, I'm just going down. I'm pulling Franco. I'm running out of bounds. You know what I'm saying? It's like these guys are. But you know, one of the things you're hearing is like a lot of the coaches aren't coming to the combines. You do see the GMs. Hell, the whole Detroit Lions crew is over there, truly the head coach. But is the combine losing its value with all the pro days and all the other things? The senior, like even the Senior Bowl, I think is offering some really good opportunities for people to see players in different spaces.
Yes.
Is the combine losing its value?
It's losing it. The Senior Bowl. Jim Nagy is one of the best football guys in the business, and he's really turned the Senior Bowl to a must-play game where the scouts are getting. I mean, you look at the brother from the Jets this year, lineman out of I don't know why it's coming to me. The first round, McDonald. Yeah. You know, he made his money in the Senior Bowl, bro. And Jim Nagy was going to say straight up. He said he's a top 15, top 10 pick. People look at him as crazy. Look what happened. He went top 15. So it's Senior Bowl is much better in the sense that it's a game atmosphere. You're getting coached. You're seeing talent. You're seeing how they pick up schemes. Like you said, it's the underwear Olympics right now. And even talk about most scouts will tell you that the combine now is 5-10% of the grade. And you look at Marvin Harrison Jr., he ain't going near no combine, even no pro day. He like, I ain't risking nothing.
Yeah.
I got the lineage. My daddy was bad. I'm bad. I ain't risking nothing.
Yeah, I mean, for him,
I'm not betting nothing. I'm keeping my money in the bank, keeping my millions in the bank.
For him, it's like he probably telling scouts all you gotta do is look up in the rafters and see the name, and I'm Junior. That's what all you need to know.
But remember though,
his daddy's name is up in the rafters.
But remember, I get the better credit though. He was a 4-star coming out. He wasn't no 5-star coming out. He was a 4-star. Remember that. He was a 4-star coming out of high school. He wasn't no 5-star. And that brother made himself into a 5-star. elite talents. I give brother credit. He had the name, he had the genes, he's bigger than his daddy, but he had to prove himself.
Darnell, what's your thoughts? I mean, you're someone who looks at all this stuff. You evaluate this. I know you look at a lot of these things. What can you still learn from the combine?
What can you learn?
Yeah.
Well, the combine is just confirmation of stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
like Carl said, the most I think the Senior Bowl is 10 times, as it's 10 times the evaluation tool that the combine is, especially not even the Senior Bowl game. It's really the Senior Bowl practices.
Yeah.
When you see the one-on-ones
Yeah.
and the scrimmages and stuff like that, you really get to see. Well, one-on-ones aren't everything, but you can see certain skills and how they match up against other people that you think, that you hold in some esteem. When you're watching the combine, you're like, okay, this guy looks fast. Okay, this guy, so this guy's really fat, but yeah, it's really just like, oh, like you watch the combine, the drills might show you a little something, but yeah, I don't really take into account too much of it. It's really just a spectacle. Like it's something that's fun to watch. Like, oh, what do you think of Javondre Sweat's going to run in the 40? What do you think? Or on the other side of the spectrum, what do you think a guy like Bucky Irving's going to run in the 40? You know what I'm saying? Or like we saw today with Peyton Wilson. Like, it's for things like that. Like, it's more fun than the actual real evaluation to me.
Yeah, and my whole thing sometimes I also see who's the competitors. It's something like the kid from Alabama. My goodness,
Which one?
he the
That was
linebacker
Turner,
Oh,
yeah.
Turner.
Yeah, he
Turner.
balled out. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah, he balled out. Yeah.
look, I'm gonna do everything. It's like, okay, there's something about that. I'm gonna do everything. Okay, I like that. I
Yeah,
like like you
he
know.
ran. That was an and well. He ran a 4.47,
Oh, yeah, he
Yeah,
ran.
and
I mean, it's
he had a
Alabama, bro. I
48,
mean,
48 vertical.
yeah,
yeah, I saw 4 inch vertical. Yeah.
you got a
Chop
picture of
Robinson clowned. He clowned out. Chop
you,
Robinson
Oh
balled
yeah,
out.
we knew about that though.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
you got a picture of JJ McCarthy throwing passes to Blake Corum in the hotel, working on it. I mean, these cats are just, and that's something you learn about. Like, okay, this kid's gonna find anywhere he can to work on his game to be getting ready. So even given that, who are you watching? Who are you looking for? I'm interested because I think isn't Penix supposed to still throw there?
Yeah, he's throwing there. Yeah, he better
Yeah,
throw.
Penix, McCarthy, quarterbacks are throwing. I'm really,
He's
you know,
slipping.
get a chance. I hope he slips so my Steelers can get him. Um,
Y'all getting Russell, man. Y'all getting Russell,
yeah, but
bro.
we get Russell and him. We don't care. We go
Well,
upgrade in that quarterback room.
yeah, well, yeah,
Um,
he need to get rid of Mason and Kane need to go. Oh yeah.
we trying to upgrade. But is there somebody who you still trying to watch in there as that you're trying to pay attention to?
Oh, Braden Allen, definitely. I want to see what he runs in the 40. And I mean, the rumor he can run 4.4. I mean, he better run 4.4 too, just with his drop stab. But I just want to see. I've seen his career. And the thing about Braden Allen, I mean, obviously the homework because I'm from Wisconsin, but he just turned 20 years old last month.
Yeah.
And so this guy's young. He's had 3 years at Wisconsin, less tread. So he could be a prospect. Comparing him to could be like Derrick Henry, but and the one thing about these, I just want to see him in the right system. I think he could flourish. So I think that's the thing I'm looking for him. Yeah.
Anybody you try to see, Darnell?
I said, yeah, my guy already went. Braden Fisk from Florida State.
Oh, yeah, he ran 4.7. He clowned. Yeah.
He ran a 4.7, and he had
Yeah.
a faster short shuttle than Aaron Donald. Like, yeah, that was a guy I really was looking out for. Also Chris Jenkins. I had a chance to work
Oh
with
yeah,
him
Chris.
at
Chris
Oh,
had a good.
how he run today?
he ran decent. I think it was like a 5,
He's in second round now, right? The second round against Daddy, or
something like that.
yeah, he was the first early part of the year.
He said he said he really wants to go to the Jets. He said it would be
Why?
But
From
yeah,
DC or any from DC, right? Okay.
no, his dad Chris played for the Jets.
Yeah, he played. Yeah, okay, he played Jets. Yeah.
But yeah, that's another guy. Chris Jenkins. I also want to see what Bucky Irving. I'm missing his name already, but
yeah, he better run 4.2, 4.3. He's Chi-Town. He's from Chi, right?
He's a real burner.
from Shy, right? You from
Yep.
Chi-Town?
And a local shout out, my guy Kamal Haddon from Ipsy, who plays for Tennessee. He's out there. I saw his interview today. He was talking about how it was growing up in Ipsy. Yeah, I used to play basketball with him every now and again up at Eastern. But
Okay.
yeah, looking out for him and see what he can accomplish out there on the stage.
So the other thing that's been like, obviously, it's a place where they're talking to GMs and everything else, and your guy Poles is on the clock. The Bears are on the clock.
Yeah. Don't
Obviously,
remind me, bro. Don't remind me, please.
so
Don't remind me. I
there's
don't
been
trust Ryan Poles. Real talk. I
a
don't trust
lot of
Ryan Poles at all.
conversations. We
Yeah, a
say
lot of
so we were gonna
conversations.
have it last week. So talk to us. Talk to us, Hampton. What are they gonna do?
The rumor in the streets they're gonna trade both Justin and the pick. That's what a lot of people are saying. I don't think they're like me. I'm not sold on Caleb Williams. I'm watching Caleb Williams. I've seen, I'm watching Pac-12 Network and seen him. He's very small, man. That's the thing that really scares me. He's very Darnell's thicker, but dude, he's small, man.
No,
He does
no,
not.
I'm smiling because we had this whole conversation
Yeah,
on the
we did. I'm just
running
playing with
break,
you.
and
You should know
you
me
were
by
saying
now,
that, but
bro.
he was like, I can't believe that you would say he's the same height as Baker Mayfield. And I was like, I'm telling you, he's the exact same size as Baker Mayfield.
He is. He's
He's like,
Baker. I mean, one Sylvie shot from ESPN did a picture of him next to Caleb and said he's really 6'1". I'm like, Sylvie, you 5'9". So I ain't saying nothing. I mean, come on, you 5'9", bro. So yeah, but no, I think there's a lot of pressure for them to take Williams because they don't want to miss on the big one. But knowing Poles too and how he thinks he's the smartest guy in the room, I think he'll try to trade both of them and get more assets. Because I think he really believes that he believes the whole team. Quarterback is very important, but the whole team is not built on one person. So but people like Pierre King, a lot of people, Jordan Schultz getting shout outs, but a lot of people are saying that the Bears going to trade. And I think that's the thing to do. I don't, again, with Justin, I think Justin has a chance. Justin still doesn't read defense as well. He holds on the ball too long. He's hurt too much. I mean, he can go somewhere and ball out, no question, but I just haven't seen it. He's had 3 years, and everyone talking about he's had a bunch of coordinators. Yeah, I mean, so what? So is Justin Herbert. He's balling. So I'm tired of excuses with Justin. He's just not processing well, and so I'd like to get a second round pick for him, or get a higher one. They're talking about it and move on. As far as Caleb, like I said again, it scares me. He's very. I like Drake May out of all the QBs probably actually. I think he's gonna be
Orlovsky
most.
thought Jaden Daniels would be the best pick.
Yeah, that's another guy that scares me. I mean, Jaden Daniels looks more like a 2 guard than the quarterback.
But he is a player.
He can play, but what happened? Where was he in Tempe? Where was he in Tempe? Enough said.
they was cleaning out his locker for him.
Yeah, precisely. So I'm scared by these cats that they're around. They're in big talent now at LSU, and it's hidden. He showed when he was exposed as most at Arizona State, and he got crushed. And so that's why Orlovsky, I got love for him. He's a great analyst, but I just I don't see Caleb Williams. I don't see Jaden Daniels taking the punishment that he needs to do. I think
They
he'll get
taking
hurt.
Caleb Williams. Poles can't mess this up.
I don't know about that, man. Again, people are not. I'm telling you, people.
Y'all got a couple problems. It's not just who y'all take, but y'all haven't proved y'all could develop a quarterback.
Well, again, people. I hate to hear
Y'all have
that.
not
I hate
proven.
to hear that.
Your best
That's
quarterback
not
you
true.
have is Jim McMahon. Y'all have not proved
No,
y'all could develop a
Grossman was a
quarterback.
Super Bowl quarterback. Kramer was a good quarterback. From
Y'all have not. Kramer
Cutler was a
came
good
already
quarterback.
packaged. Kramer came already packaged.
Doesn't matter.
Y'all have not
People come
developed a
out.
quarterback.
Russell's already passed. Again, we
Y'all
developed
have
Jim
not.
McMahon was a
y'all have
Jim
not
McMahon. Jim
demonstrated.
McMahon play right now. He'd be like a Justin Herbert, basically.
Y'all have not demonstrated y'all can develop a quarterback.
We
Y'all
developed
fired the
Grossman,
whole
took us to the
offensive
Super
staff,
Bowl.
but keep the
Grossman
head
took us to the
coach.
Super Bowl. What are you talking about? Grossman took us to the Super Bowl. What are you talking about?
He
Grossman
not
was a very
look
good player. He wasn't elite. Very. I mean, that's
no
the one
y'all
thing people
didn't
talk about.
that was
People, we D Wills. People want to compare us to the Packers. The
it ain't
Packers.
about comparing the
That's what.
Packers.
No, listen, that's once in a million. You hit probably 3 franchise quarterbacks in a row. Let's just keep it real here.
Y'all have not.
To compare us to the
You cannot
Packers,
be
that's
honest and
not
say
That's not a reasonable comparison.
look. The problem you have with your quarterback now is not just him. Y'all didn't develop him. Y'all ruined him.
Nah, he ruined
Yes,
himself.
y'all
He
did.
is not.
Y'all ruined him.
He holds on to the ball too much. He runs
No.
too much.
Hey, look. What
He
did Mike
always
Thomas
run.
say?
He's always looking to
Wait,
run
those
when
are
he can't
things that
find
are
a
about
receiver.
coaching.
That's why he gets hurt. That's why he gets hurt.
Hampton,
I
those are
told y'all.
coaching things.
I told people
Hampton, those are
last year
coaching
in the
things.
bed. I told him he would get hurt because
Hampton,
he runs
those
too
are
much.
coaches. Those are
No,
coaching
that
things.
is that
You
you have
can't
to take
complain
personal
about things
responsibility
that
too,
are
bro.
coaching.
Personal responsibility too, bro.
No, they are
Personal
coaching. We got to
responsibility.
stop. We got to stop letting coaches off the hook. Those are
I'm not letting
coaching
coach off
things.
the hook.
I play
I
football.
think again. I think
I
that
play
again.
football.
I think Getsy was a
Look.
mistake.
I
Yeah,
play
that's why he
football.
got fired.
Those are coaching.
Uh,
Some of that stuff is
Getsy got
coaching.
fired for a reason, bro. He got fired for a
Some
reason,
of that stuff
and the
is
QB coach
coaching.
got fired for a reason too. We got
Y'all
Walton for a
have
reason.
not developed. Your offensively, y'all struggle to develop players.
Well, again, you talking about different regimes, man. I mean, you can put the
No,
only constant. Let me finish.
and Poles is part of this.
The only constant that's causing the culture problem in Chicago are the McCaskies, but they ain't
No,
going
but
nowhere.
Poles is adding
The
to
owners
it.
ain't going nowhere. They ain't
Poles is adding
going
to
nowhere.
it.
They
Can't
ain't going
trust him.
nowhere.
Can't trust him.
I don't trust Paul because of Claypool, because of Nate Davis, because of Darnell Wright. Darnell Wright is so up and
But
down. I
that's
don't
what I'm
think Darnell Wright.
saying. So,
Yeah, no,
there is no
I don't trust
plan.
Poles either. I think again, Poles, I think is going to trade the pick because he's this guy. He's
He
the
can't trade
smartest
the
guy in
pick,
the
man. He got to
room.
make a pick.
I think he's smart. He's gonna make a pick at 2. I think again,
Yeah, if he does trade, he'll trade
Washington.
down one.
By the way, we passed on. Look at the tea leaves, bro. We passed on Kingsbury, and Kingsbury went to DC. Why? They're gonna trade for
But
Caleb.
look
Trust
all the
me.
quarterbacks
Let me
y'all
finish.
passed on.
Magic Johnson's gonna make sure
Y'all
they trade
passed
for
on
Caleb, man.
Mahomes. Y'all passed on. Y'all
We
passed on.
did, we did.
Y'all passed
But
on.
nobody told me.
Y'all
But
passed
nobody
on
tell. Don't give me.
several great
Nobody
quarterbacks.
had Mahomes. Nobody had Mahomes as QB1 that draft. Now, let's keep it real.
But
Nobody had Mahomes as
but when they
QB1.
did the
But Big
Trubisky
Red.
when they
Big
did
Red's the
the
only person that
Trubisky
had.
pick,
Big
we
Red
all
is the
knew
only person that had.
Trubisky wasn't a good pick.
He was terrible, yeah. And the
We
trade up
all
for him
knew
was even
that,
worse.
and we probably
And
knew
trade up for
Mahomes
him
was
was even
better
worse.
than
I
Trubisky.
never trusted Trubisky. I defend Trubisky. I've never defended Trubisky. I want him gone as soon as they draft him. I
So
was at my guy's house. I'll never forget.
I'm just
They
trying to
trade
tell
up
you
for.
how.
I'm like, Pace has lost his mind. He traded up for a guy that they could get at 3. I'm like, this guy is going to get fired. He did. He got fired along with
There's
Emmanuel.
nothing that gives me confidence they know what to do. The only thing, and now because they
Yeah,
made the
I
bad
don't have
choice
confidence
last year.
in Poles because his track record because the trade with Carolina was great, but they're a bunch of suckers. So I mean, and Tepper, yeah.
But
You
y'all
gonna tell me Bryce
didn't
Young is a
execute the entire
fourth round
plan.
pick? Is a fourth round pick. That's what he is. Bryce Young's a fourth round pick.
I'm gonna tell you
That
right
little
now.
munchkin, like Caleb Williams, little small dude at a big school, ain't gonna be a bust. Like
Well,
Caleb Williams will be a
yeah,
bust.
but
Trust
then
me,
if you best
he will
around and
be a
trade him and
bust.
he actually get off, you're gonna look bad again. You
He'll
can't let
get
it happen.
off. He'll get off his butt after he get knocked down. Yeah, he'll get off.
Yeah, Darnell, enough of that. What do you do?
I
If you
know,
do
real
it, Ryan,
quiet right now.
Darnell, what do you do? Ryan Poles, what do you do, man? You in his ear. You
Hey,
as secret assistant. What do you tell him?
at
You
the,
as corner man, huh?
I say at this point, I just can draft Caleb Williams and get on with it. But if you asked me 6 months ago, I would have told you either trade down or get a receiver and an offensive lineman, or just stay there, get Marvin Harrison, and go Joe Alt, and then call it a day. But hey, now I think it's best, to go ahead with Caleb Williams. Um,
Man.
give him another pass catching target, and just restart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Roma Duze or something. I mean, the bottom line is Marvin Harrison Jr. is the best player in this draft by far. By far. I mean, you look at the projection of him, by far he's the best player in the draft. That's why he's not going to combine, not going to pro day. He knows he's the best player in this draft. Period. You don't risk nothing when you're the best player in the draft. Man, I don't even think Kerry Williams is a damn fool to even go to the combine and look around, look like an idiot, and talk about I want to play for the Bears. But we know that's not the case. His daddy trying to get ownership rights when you can't even do that under the law. They look like fools, man. Absolute fools.
Well,
And then you go to DC where he's from, so they
yeah,
can
yeah,
crash and burn together. Daddy
there,
and Caleb can crash together.
there were. Let me say this. There were a couple things and I'm hitting your point, Carl. There were a couple things towards the end of the season that gave me some pause about Caleb Williams, and just some of the things. And maybe that's being young. I mean, there's a lot of upside with this young man. So I'm gonna put it like that. But there were a couple of things that gave me a little bit of pause about where he is, his head is, that made me think if I were them, if I were Poles, I'm with you. I would trade with Washington, get to the second pick. I would take whatever you got the grade on. I would take Drake May or Jaden Daniels because I don't think it's that much of a difference between these quarterbacks in that
I think
sense.
there is a big difference with Drake. Drake May is the prototypical pro style quarterback. He looks like Herbert. He's big. He's strong. He had a down year this year because he had trash
Yeah.
around him. In North Carolina, he projects as the best. Jaden Daniels said he looks like a point guard, two guard. He doesn't look like.
But
And Caleb Williams is a small man.
But
I mean,
Jaden
I see him.
Daniels in the SEC tore it up.
Yeah, well, he
And,
could tear
and,
it
and,
with Malik Neighbors and Thomas. I tear it up too.
but
Malik Neighbors is a much better prospect than Jaden Daniels.
he throws a hell of a ball. This kid
He
ain't.
throws a good ball because
And
he ain't. But
in this
again,
day and age,
where was his talent?
now
Where was his talent in
now
Tempe though? Where was he in
Drake is a
Tempe
decent
though?
athlete.
Where was he in Tempe?
I don't think he's
Non-existent.
in Tempe. What I needed, I knew he was. I knew he was in New York. Was he in New York?
Yeah, man. The
Was he in New York?
Heisman. Yeah,
Was he in
he
New
was the
York?
Heisman. Okay,
Was
the
he in New York?
The
He was in New
Heisman.
York,
The
right?
Heisman is a meaningless award now,
It don't
man.
matter. It's not that meaningless. He was in New York.
Man, please. And did he win a title? No,
And
he didn't win no title.
and he got to will in Chicago. Sometimes you got to be able to run too. He can throw
No,
and
Caleb. I mean, Caleb can run. I mean, Caleb. That's one underrated. Caleb is an awesome runner.
yeah, but
Drake might run too.
I mean, Caleb. I mean, his first great touchdown when he
Drake can
came in
run as
for
well.
Spencer Rattler.
But my point is, you're gonna get a little bit on that trade when you flip it spots.
Yeah,
And
he
you
better
got a
get a
choice of
lot.
two good quarterbacks. But my point is still my point. I would do
No.
that, and
Yeah.
and if I'm Chicago.
Yeah.
Well, what do we think? What do we think about Bo Nix?
I like Bo.
I
But
mean, he's
Bo is a little
decent.
older.
I mean, he laid first. You know,
He late.
He's old. How much older is he than Jaden Daniels?
he's old too. I mean, yeah, am I Auburn too?
They both good years.
I don't. I like McCarthy out of better than him.
I think JJ is probably the sneaky good one, even though he
Yeah,
didn't have to.
the thing about JJ didn't have to do what he can do. He hasn't shown what he can do.
Yeah.
Because Michigan had a run heavy